Hey everybody, welcome to Medling World. Today it's all about what we liked and didn't like about Royal Caribbean's Utopia the Sea. Oh, we have some different opinions on this cruise. Come on in, check it out. All right, so we recently cruised on Royal Caribbean's Utopia the Sea. We have cruised, I want to say, on 5 or 6 different Royal Caribbean ships.
Yeah.
I think we've done that. This is our 4th Oasis Class ship.
Yeah.
And Utopia the Seas is their newest ship, is Royal Caribbean's newest ship.
Yeah.
And we want to talk about the things we liked and the things we didn't like. And I think Roberta and I, this time, have some very different opinions about our cruise.
Yeah.
Let's get right into it, Roberta. As Roberta, this is Roberta's vlog. She loves to take over this vlog. So Roberta, why don't we start off at our embarking the ship? How'd everything go there?
I think it was very quick. Yes, we didn't have any problem checking in.
Oh no.
Smooth. We got a express. Is that name of the
Oh,
boat?
we did. You're right. We had the express check-in.
And which we didn't know.
I didn't know it
what was
existed.
different, but she said it was just simple as we
had
did
everything ready. Yeah.
online. We took pictures, we uploaded the passports, everything was ready, and I guess we got picked for express, which was really good.
And it made a huge difference.
Yes.
Because
So
the
quick.
express side, there was like nobody there.
So it was, but
And the other side was full of people, which, I mean, it still would have
But
went.
normally they are very quick about it.
It would have
Yeah.
went okay, but it went like
Yeah.
literally 30 seconds.
Yes.
We didn't even have to wait in the line, went right up. So if you're able to get the express check-in,
Yeah.
you're going to love that.
So
So that was a positive.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Then we embarked the ship, but it was a little bit disappointed that we didn't have that wow factor coming into the promenade.
Yeah, I agree.
But it didn't, 2 seconds later, you're not going to worry about it. But I wish we would know that
Well,
we were coming into the,
yeah. So
yeah.
let me explain. So there's two point of entries, I guess, that you can
Yes.
embark into the ship on. Okay. So when we got on, there's a photographer. We went right in right there. That one kind of brings you out to the outdoor
Area.
promenade, I guess they would call it, that
Yeah.
goes around the ship, and then you kind of had to walk down that, and then you kind of entered in by the elevators.
Yeah.
Where usually on the Oasis Class ships, we enter in and we enter in right there's Sorrentos, and you're
And
right there on
smelling
the
pizza.
Yeah. So if you are entering this ship and you do kind of want like the wow factor, go
Yeah.
down to the second
Yeah.
point of entry, then you will come in by the Sorrentos and
Correct.
that's where we usually went. I don't know, I guess we weren't really paying attention. We just wanted to get on the ship.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
No, it's not. But I missed that wow factor.
Yeah.
It was cool, but besides that, I think it was very smooth and
Yeah, the wow,
like always, like
it's nice to have the wow factor. You're right.
The safety.
The mustard drill?
The mustard drill was smooth.
Oh yeah, it's very simple.
Our room was ready
Was
early.
ready.
We brought our luggage.
We bring our own luggage on, so we bring it on. We use you saw the videos.
The basic like embarkation day was very smooth.
It was nice.
Yes. It was
Took
very
care of
good.
all the business we needed to. The
Correct.
crew members were helpful. We were able to book
Yeah.
extra dining, the specialty dinings.
Yes.
Everything went great on our.
Correct, embarkation day, yes. A few things about it, just make sure you connect right away to the Wi-Fi, the ship Wi-Fi, even if you don't have the internet package. And
Yeah, good point.
don't forget to put on airplane mode, because I forgot, and Matt was the one that like you have to put in airplane mode.
Yeah.
So that way you can book right away
Your
the
entertainment.
entertainment, because we couldn't do earlier.
Yeah, for some reason, I think it was just maybe a glitch on our cruise because nobody in our cruise, even
Yeah.
you can join the Facebook group too. Guys, every
Yes.
cruise has a Facebook group.
Yeah.
I suggest joining that because people communicate what's going on, how's this
Yeah.
working. It's a nice way to get to meet people.
Yeah.
But for the internet, like you said, Roberta, even if you haven't purchased the internet itself
yeah.
that you can use your device, you still have the app, the Royal Caribbean app you can use on the ship
Yes.
for free. You just have to connect to the ship's Wi-Fi. Go into the
Yes.
airplane mode, find it, boom. And then you can utilize that app
Yes.
the whole time, all the
whole time,
schedules, entertainment.
So book your entertainment right away.
Yeah.
Especially if you already had dining from before that you already schedule, so that way you can schedule your
That's a good
entertainment
point.
around. So, but you can do everything there, including the dining if you haven't done yet. And so, internet, then we got internet as well. So everything went very smooth.
It was a great embarkation day.
And in the room, we have
We were
a room.
excited. It was nice.
Yes.
It's a brand new ship. We
Yes.
were just loving embarkation day.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
let's get into some things we really have been disagreements about. And that's called the pool deck. Well, I wouldn't say we totally disagree, but
No, we don't. Yeah.
there are some differences. I think as you watch this, you're going to see some
Yeah.
some difference of opinions from Roberta and I. But, Roberta, talk about the pool deck.
So yeah, the pool deck. They are selling the ship as a party ship, which the big weekend, I guess.
It's called the Big Weekend.
Yeah, correct. That's what Royal. So, I think the main thing that we noticed in the pool was just like, party is always a party, you know, and embarkation, like sail away party is always a party. You know, I
yeah.
don't think there was much difference.
I didn't feel like there was a big difference in the sail away party
sail away
on this
party.
ship than other ships.
I
There
do
was a
think
difference, though. But go
it
ahead.
was louder.
That's what I was going to say. It was very loud.
So especially, Jake already had a hard time before with the sound. Now it was a little bit louder. So it was louder than normal. But the party, I didn't feel any difference than any other sail away party at
everybody
that
was
day.
enjoying it. We
Correct.
loved it. We had a good time with it.
At that day, I didn't feel any difference. What I did, couple of things at the pool deck. The service was very inconsistent
That's a good point.
during the
I agree with
entire
that.
cruise. So
On the pool deck.
on the pool deck. So I don't know if maybe because we ended up calling the quiet place, or the quiet side, or like family side and the party side. We ended
Yeah.
up, more because a lot of people that wants to party stay towards one side where there was the DJ and the big screen.
And they did have several different other parties going on
Correct.
throughout the cruise.
The cruise.
And on the other side, right, you had the,
Yes, it's more like the splashaway bay,
Yeah.
and you had another pool. So, which I think what ended up happening is the service, it didn't come often, and then when it did come, the person was so overwhelmed with
Yeah.
the amount of people going after him that he didn't have time to take orders from nobody else.
they were just, it wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough, and
Where-
it wasn't
yeah.
the time frame. At first, it was like, okay, maybe it's the time of the day they are getting,
Right.
but it happened again, and then happened again. So I'm not saying that we did not see server going around, but it was a lot less comparing to the other cruises.
Perfect way to put it. I agree with that.
Okay, that we. So in other things as well, it's just like,
Go ahead,
if it's
Roberta.
a lot of people, okay, in this cruise, okay,
All right,
it was
7,200.
that was in our cruise.
That's the capacity, yeah.
It's like 500, 5,000, I think, like double occupancy. But then when you had the third and the fourth person,
Yes,
that
there was
increases, yeah.
7,200 passengers.
In our cruise, so we miss like the tables by the chairs by the pool deck.
Pool deck's a little
So
different. It
it's
is
very
definitely,
different.
it's a nice pool deck. Don't get me
Yes.
wrong. It's new, it's nice. I love
Yeah.
the splashaway bay on the
Yeah.
other side, which I'll chime in a little bit and kind of add to what Roberta was saying. So you kind of had, when you come out of the Windjammer, okay, there was two pools there. There was some stadium seating there. The pools there have some loungers right in the water.
Yes.
There's a stage up above the pool area with a huge big screen.
Yeah.
That's where they did all their parties, like the sail away party. They had like a Vegas party.
Yeah.
They had several different parties, and the band also would be on that side. So what would happen is that side, it's a party atmosphere when the
Yeah.
parties are going on, right? And the music, they would pipe in the music, and it was loud.
Loud.
But that's the way that the cruise is. It's
Correct.
the way they designed it, so that people that enjoy that can go on this cruise ship. You're gonna
Correct.
love it.
Yes.
Now, when you went over to the other side with Splashaway Bay in the other pool, what would happen is they would still play that music through all of the speakers.
Yes.
So the big difference, I think, for me was on most Royal ships, you know, the pool deck isn't constantly really loud. Now listen, I love music, I love sail away parties, I enjoy parties, but I also enjoy some time on the pool deck where it's a little bit more quiet. So what would happen is the people that really didn't want to go to the party would come over to the other side where the Splashaway Bay was in the other pool, and it got ridiculously busy over there.
Packed.
In the pools, like busy. I remember even on embarkation day, I didn't even go in the pool because it was just so many people. And then the issue, like when I was talking to some other passengers, was we love it, it's cool, but they're still playing all the loud music on this side as well. So you couldn't really get away from that music on the pool deck at all during the entire cruise, pretty much.
And we constantly heard a lot of guests asking, what is the capacity of the pool? What is the capacity of the pool?
Yeah, because it was
a lot of people in the pool.
I've been on very busy pool decks on cruises, especially the Disney cruises. Those pools get crazy. This was what you want to call a human soup. There was somebody said that, and I think a comment or somebody I read it was like just so many people in a pool.
So many people.
So that made it like Jesus.
And again, it's like when you go towards and you want to go sit down, and if you want to grab some food or something, there was no like all the. I think it was like Bocha was the allure of the sea that you had nice tables and you could.
It was lacking that. Correct. There was some areas. By where the bars were and where the smoking area was, where there was tables and chairs. Yeah. But on a lot of the Oasis Class ships, even by the pool, like underneath the awning is what we call it in the shade, you'll have the loungers and the chairs, but you'll have little benches and you'll have some tables and you'll have like where you can put some drinks or have a snack. Yeah. This ship lacked that. It just seemed like they just wanted as many chairs over there as possible because of the amount of people.
The amount of people.
One thing I did like about the pool deck was the food truck.
Yeah, the food truck was good.
What's great about Utopia is on the pool deck, when you come out of the Windjammer, on that side when you come out, and there's the two pools there where the band is and a lot of the party areas, there is a food truck, and it's grab and go, and there's another freestyle machine right there. There's a lot of improvements to this cruise. Correct. That I think Royal does take notice of those surveys, and they try to improve their services that they offer. That was awesome. So when you're at the deck, you could just grab, they had like these tornado things, they had sandwiches, they had little desserts, the chimneys, I think, the raspberry and
it was good.
Cream cheese, and the food was good on it.
Yeah, the food was good. And one another thing that pool deck, it was, so every cruise you have by the pool, we have the smoking section. Which, again, like Matt is a former smoker, so
I used to smoke 18 years ago.
So, the pool deck, every pool deck has smoking section. The difference with this one, it felt like it was no circulation.
It was weird on the starboard side.
Yeah, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I don't remember the side.
The right side of the ship facing forward is halfway.
The pool that we are talking about, that everybody was coming because they didn't want to be at the party, in that hall that normally where we like to sit under there, you could really smell.
You could. There was not a lot of ventilation for the cigarette. Correct. It kind of went all the way down to where the water slides were.
Correct. So
once you got past there, it was better.
Yeah, it was a little bit better.
But like I said, I'm a former smoker. Yeah. Roberta and Jake. I mean, Jake, of course, he's a kid. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like the smell of cigarettes. And again, nothing against people that smoke. No. You have every right to smoke.
I work in a casino for 10 years.
So I'm not bashing people that smoke, but for people that don't smoke, it's also important to understand that people that are in the smoking section where they are entitled to smoke, that cigarette smoke
does travel.
For some reason, I'm sure they can figure that out with some vents, but you will smell it. I'm sure somebody has been on that ship will leave a comment and say, you're right.
But again, every ship has
We're taking a long time on a pool deck, but that is a main part of cruising. So,
and I think that's when we disagree.
Because, of course, I always say when you cruise, when you have a bump, I call them bumps. When you have something that kind of frustrates you, something didn't go right, you just move on, right? And for the most part, you just move on because there's so many things and so much fun that you kind of forget about it. I think the problem with the pool deck is every time we went up there, it was the same thing.
Yes.
Except for one day, the last day when we went to Coco Key and came back early because I'm like, I really like to check out the pool deck at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
And I was exhausted. Was finally able to take
And
a
that
nap in the
was
pool,
that
which
was a
that's
very
what I like to do.
Jake actually went and played in the Splashaway
Yeah.
Bay, and he loved it. I was just relaxing. I was vlogging. You can check that vlog out.
And I was finally able, because I do like
And
to rest.
it was chill that day.
Yeah, I like
There
to
was
rest in the pool.
the band was playing.
Yes.
And it was like,
But
okay,
was
this
still
is
loud, but was the band.
not as loud though.
Correct.
So I would say that day was the most relaxed day.
So, and that's what I think that our disagreement comes in, because...
But one more thing about the pool deck.
Wow.
The solarium.
Yes.
Solarium was awesome. I mean, Roberta and Jake didn't really go in. I went in a few times just to check it out. I went in there, grabbed some of the drinks. The solarium is not. It is quiet. It's relaxed. It's all enclosed with, which I thought would kind of be weird, but it's climate control too. So if it rains, the rain can't come in. And if you're in a colder time of the year, they can warm it. Or this time they would cool it.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous in there. So if you are over 18 and you do want to escape that loudness and just want a really relaxful time, which I like on a pool deck, I like the party, but I like to relax. Go into the solarium. It's a beautiful solarium.
But I like the party. It's you know.
Oh, we like it, but we
I
just
like
don't
the
want
party.
it every minute.
Correct. And I think that's what I had a hard time, because
That's where Roberta and I disagree on the cruise, because I think you felt.
yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
wanna enjoy the pool deck, but I don't want to enjoy the party constantly. And that's why Matt said, "Oh, there was a party. It's loud music. We can do something else." Yes, we can.
But
I wanted to be able to enjoy and relax at the pool, and sometimes take a nap because I'm exhausted, and I didn't feel like that was a possibility. And the pool, for being so full all the time,
Yeah, it was.
it was, as they get bigger and bigger, the ships, if it's more people, and it's like, okay, increasing the pool sizes, or putting extra
do
pool,
that.
so it gets hard. So
Yeah.
and I think that's the first disagreement that we had, that I want to be able to go in and enjoy the pool. So I wish they would have the parties, and yes, I agree with you. Have the party, a party an hour long, 2 hour long. I get it, and we enjoy the party. Okay, if that's the hour of the party, maybe I adjust a little bit, but it's constantly loud music. And sometimes I just want to go there, and it says, I don't want to constantly music.
Yeah, I agree.
I just want to go there, and it's just like, I want to take a
Roberta,
break.
you get your point across on this, that's for sure.
Yeah, so
But Roberta, you've been talking about that a lot. But I think
Yes.
at this point, we got to move on past the pool
Correct,
deck.
yes.
We got to talk about the rest of the cruise.
I know.
So the nice thing I felt about this cruise was, maybe this is where we have some other, because we talk about things as we're cruising. Oh
Yes.
no, this and that. So I said, I can't wait to do this video. I think on this cruise, Royal does a great job of, hey, there's parties here, there's a toga party, there's this party, there's these different parties that if you want that party vibe, you can go to the party. But everything that was classic about Royal was still very apparent to me on this cruise. You still had your trivias, you still had your bands in the, I forgot what they call it on this ship.
It was another, it was
the
band, like
Yeah.
Royal Caribbean.
Dazzles, I think they call it on some of the other Oasis Class. This one is a different name. I can't remember. But they have bands in there.
Yeah.
You can go down to the promenade at night. They have like the One Hit Wonder party and all these things. Those are classic
Correct.
to Royal. They still had all that. Plus the party stuff if you wanted to. So for me, I never felt like I was really on a party ship unless I was on the pool deck. Everywhere else I went, besides, you could hear music even if you were on the boardwalk during the day and there was a party going on, or Central Park.
Especially Central Park.
Central Park, when they had the Las Vegas party up on the pool. Watch that, you'll see that. Because we actually left the pool to say, why don't we just go get something to eat down in Central Park and relax?
Yeah.
You could still hear it. Not as loud, but they were having us participate in the party down there.
Yes.
But I mean, overall, I never really felt like I did not enjoy the cruise. I always found enjoyment in this cruise. I think the ship was awesome. I loved a lot of the little extra things they had on this ship. Roberta, I don't think was her favorite cruise.
No, it was not. Yeah, to be honest, it was not.
No.
Because I think the pool deck, it's one of my favorites. So we go back to the pool deck.
Yeah.
But at night, I do agree. At night, I do agree because you still have plenty of options.
Oh yeah.
You have
there was no difference.
The aqua
to me.
show. You have the ice skating. So I think
You had the
that
theater, you had
during
all
the
the
nighttime,
restaurants.
and you had a lot of options that you could go to Central Park and relax.
Yeah.
But if you want to party, you had an option. So.
Speaking of Central Park, one of the things I loved at night, park
Oh,
after
yeah.
dark.
Yeah, no, park at night.
Park at night or
That's
something. So Park Cafe.
Oh, that was nice.
ahead, Roberta,
They
you can
should,
talk
they
about-
should, that they should bring to the other ships. That was very
that was
nice.
cool, and that gets people to go down and hang out in Central Park.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to go party, you can, and if you want to go to Central Park and relax and hear like
Roberta's
the
getting
piano.
old, man. Roberta's getting old, guys. I'm 50. I'm ready. Let's go party time.
No,
but the cafe, Park Caf, on the regular ship, right on the other ships, the Oasis Class, they do breakfast and lunch,
Correct.
and then they shut down.
Yeah.
This one at night, it's called. They have snacks.
Yeah.
And they have the little like candles out,
It's
and you can
nice,
relax.
yeah.
And it's just a window. They close it up. They open this window, and there's
Yeah.
4 different plates. And you just say, I want that one. I want. There's like a dessert one, an olive one, like a cheese and cracker.
Yeah, it's really nice.
And it is cool, man. It was relaxing. It was nice. And
So,
we did
yeah.
that a couple times on the
Correct,
cruise. We
yeah.
would go down there
It was
because we would
nice.
look for ducks down there.
Yeah.
And everybody's really relaxed there at night.
So I think at night, it was great. In talking about at nighttime, let's talk about entertainment because
yeah.
entertainment, like always, Royal Caribbean, it's
It's
top.
the best, man, to
Top.
me. The best.
It's there's no comparison.
There is something going on in this ship nonstop.
Correct. And
Wait,
everybody is great.
There's no downtime. If you wanted to actually do something from the minute
Correct.
you woke up till 1 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
there is something going on.
Yeah. So, like for an example, the ice skate show in this one was not our favorite. Okay, we didn't have a connection, but does not mean it's not.
Oh, it was a great
awesome.
show. Just
correct.
What I'm saying is it my favorite. My favorite one is called Ice Skate.
Yeah, that was
It's kind of like old school. It's got some hip hop music. It's got
Yeah.
some 80s music. It's got a little bit of rock.
Yeah.
And it's just a fun one.
Correct.
And that's the one I like the most. This one was more like if you're into skating.
Correct.
And the beauty of the skating and
Yeah.
the twirls and the tricks,
Yeah.
you'll love it.
Correct.
And it's a great show. It's
Correct.
just, it wasn't my favorite show.
Correct.
Was it bad?
But
No.
it was great.
It was awesome.
The talent, it's unbelievable. It doesn't matter where you go. If it's a musician, if it's the people
Oh,
from the
yeah,
Aqua
it
show,
was really good.
It was really good. So the entertainment again, Royal Caribbean, it's
Aqua show is so
top of
awesome.
the line.
Aqua 80s too.
correct.
This one was this one was right up there for
Yeah.
me.
So and you have the trivias, which I think was a
the
lot better.
trivias.
Just the venue, where they have the karaoke, that was smaller.
That was little, yeah.
Yeah, that was-
what do they call it?
The karaoke, isn't it?
I forget the name of it. You guys
Yeah.
know what I'm talking. I thought they call it Studio
As you
B
guys
is
know,
this
we
game.
forget names about everything. So,
But it had your classic, typical.
correct.
It had the Boleros, the Latin club. It had, and then across is Spotlight or something. I think they call the karaoke place, but it was smaller. On some of the other
Right.
ships, it's a bit bigger. This one was a little tight, and they did
Yeah.
a lot. They did trivias and stuff in there. We did like Michael Jackson trivia.
Yeah.
Then you kind of work your way down. It has your Sorrento's pizza. It had your
I'm talking about
Promenade
that,
Cafe, but it had
The new one.
the pesky parrot.
Yeah. That
which
was cool.
cool, man. It's like a tiki bar. It's
Yeah.
like a tropical bar on the ship. And it's got like all these big digital screens in the back. And if it's daytime, it's bright with
Yeah.
the sun. And then at night, it's like
Yeah.
dark with the water. And they have all these awesome drinks in there. Now, we don't drink alcohol, but
Yeah, we
they
still
have.
enjoy, yeah.
We love it because they have all these really cool mocktails. And it's just a cool vibe. They have the parrot that talks.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Correct. That was.
And
really
then
cool.
outside of the bar, they have some loungers out there,
Yes.
which is kind of part of it because the servers will come out there and ask you if you like
Yes.
something. Everywhere else on the ship, the service was awesome, just like
Correct.
it is anywhere else. The theater,
Yes.
the Aqua Show, all the little bars, even Promenade Cafe.
Yes.
They did a great job in there. They kept
Yeah.
things moving. And for one thing I want to bring up, now it's my turn because as things pop in my mind, I have notes, but I also things pop
Yeah.
in my mind. As big as this ship was, I think that there was less weight on this ship for everything than it was on some of the smaller ships.
Correct.
Because of the way, I got to say, the cruise director is awesome. And I've heard people say, who cares who the cruise director is? It makes a huge difference in your cruise, man.
Especially this one. If you like body, Ricky, he's the best.
And just to let you know, a cruise director, that's the person that organizes your cruise. They're the ones that say, I want a trivia at this time. I want to do this at this time.
Yeah.
If you have a cruise director that maybe is more into certain things or like something else, it might be more of that, less of that. Ricky has everything covered, man.
Yeah.
And I think he does a great job with, okay, there's this thing going on here, but there's this thing going on. People were all over in different places. And that's why I go back to saying I never felt like I was in a party ship or, this is going to be just people partying everywhere unless I was on the pool deck. And even then, all I had to do was go over to the other side, and the only thing that was the loud music. There was no party going on by Splashaway Bay. There's nobody dancing and singing. The other side had all that. So, that's my opinion.
We still disagree.
That's okay. We're allowed to disagree.
Yeah.
And we do disagree. And that's okay because you're getting one perspective, you're getting another. So you'll have to decide.
But yeah, so entertainment was good. But talking about the bars, you talk about bars all over the place. We had a couple drinks that were not cold. Remember,
I can't remember.
Yeah, like when you had like the Pellegrino towards the end, that it was not chill. So
I think it was in Central Park.
Yeah.
But I even mentioned on the vlog.
Yeah, it's a couple of things there. They can fix it.
That's nothing that I'm going to complain about. I mean, if I had one drink that wasn't cold.
For an example, when we went to Park at night, they did not have drinks in there, so you didn't have to go to the bar.
Yeah.
So a few things like that towards you don't want to sit down and not having a drink, and didn't have nobody serving there.
Yeah.
So then you have to
it was just food there.
Just food.
But they have the trellis bar, which you could walk up to and grab a drink and come back.
So I think a few things like that. I think Royal just need to kind of fix it, but that's easy thing.
It's a new ship, and I think I'm more relaxed about it. And we both worked in the service industry for pretty much. It's very easy fix. I have my whole life.
Yeah.
And when something is new, it takes time. It does. Well, how many people are going to go to that bar at, this time of the night? Yeah. Maybe that's why they ran out of something. Or, maybe if we're opening the Park Caf, we'll just have a server. We'll just put a server in there that can go to that bar and get it.
Sometimes the drinks were not. But it's like I said, it's not the end of the world. It's just small fix. But and the food, we need to talk about the food.
Oh, food was good on this cruise ship for the most part. I have no complaints on the food.
We disagree on that.
That's okay. But food I can give an opinion about what it tastes like and what I like, but other people could like other things. Correct.
But I think that's when we disagree.
I didn't know this.
Yes, you did know, because I'm gonna
see Brazil.
You're talking about on our last vlog. So I love the food. Yes, the food that was really good. We have to talk about the Windjammer as well. But I normally love the desserts.
Well, yeah, you mentioned that you didn't care for the desserts, but you had the crepes that I think you like pretty well.
Yeah, but I don't want to just crepes. Sometimes like all the other dessert that I always look forward. And this ship was like,
maybe.
Where is
I will look. There was maybe the desserts weren't as good as some of the other ships.
Yeah, it was like.
I guess I could agree with that.
It's one of the things like, I'm looking forward to have this, and then you have like, no.
Not as good as some of the others. And then, maybe, but I still think there was so many desserts, especially in the Windjammer, that I would not say that I didn't like the
because
desserts.
You normally eat sugar-free.
Yeah, I usually do. Eat no added sugar.
No added sugar, yeah.
Things with sugar. I'm not saying I don't eat things with sugar.
No, the crepe was delicious. The crepe was really
that does bring up a good point, though. I felt there was less options for the sugar-free, and I felt like it wasn't labeled very well. A lot of times I had to ask which one, what is it?
Yeah.
But there was a lot of choices of desserts. Correct. But maybe they weren't as good as some of the other ships, is what you mean?
Yes.
Possible.
It was, and especially me, I love the dessert. But talk about Windjammer.
I was just she just took the words out of my mouth. This
Windjammer was our favorite.
This Windjammer, to me, on this ship, on this newest ship, was the best one.
Yeah, the food in the last day we didn't care for.
Yeah.
But again, in general, like how it was set up.
And the varieties
Yes.
and the embarkation day with all the seafood. Roberta doesn't eat seafood,
can't,
obviously.
yeah.
She's allergic. But they had lobster tail. One night they had crab claws.
Yeah.
I mean, this was an elevated dining experience in the Windjammer on this cruise. And it didn't seem like it was so like spread out everywhere. They
And
had
plus-
the two sides still, but it just seemed so much nicer because when you walked
Yeah.
in, they had a couple stations right there.
And you didn't feel crowd at all.
No, we never had
We
to try to
never-
find a seat.
correct.
We always just found a seat immediately.
Yeah, and also like when you're grabbing the food, you didn't have to wait. Maybe like one
Oh,
person
no.
in front of you and
It was, I mean, the way they just keep improving everything on Royal, man.
correct. So
This Windjammer, guys, you're gonna love it. And again, with Windjammer, it is a hit and miss. There's gonna be
Yeah.
things that, oh man, it's not so great.
yeah,
But the nice thing about it, you just go and get something
Yeah.
else, or you can always make a nice salad. You can make
Yeah.
a sandwich. I love the Windjammer.
and
on this ship.
specialty dining. If you want to spend
Mason jar.
yeah, mason
We
jar.
did.
I think it was really good. I think it
Oh,
was
it was,
worth it.
and it was fun.
Correct.
It wasn't
It was
just
fun.
good. It was
Yeah.
fun. The server was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
I
really
still
cool.
can't tell you exactly how it is because when we first sat down, he says you pick one entree,
Yeah.
you pick an appetizer and a dessert, and he
Yeah,
said that's what the
couple
price
stuff, yeah.
included. But he brought us out like all these extra
Yeah, but then I was
things.
like, oh, I want to try this and that, and then he ended up.
So
bringing
I
it,
don't
so-
know if it's obviously not
Yeah.
too strict because he brought us out.
Yeah.
He brought me out like the whole catfish plate, and I was like, oh, I wonder what the cat. I was like, would you go with the catfish or this
Yeah.
or that? He brought them both.
Yeah, but if you don't want to go out of your way to spend, extra money for the specialty dining, you don't have to.
No, not
There
on
was
any
so
of the
many
Oasis.
options.
I never felt like on Royal you had to spend extra
Yeah.
because, especially on an Oasis Class ship.
Yeah,
With the
so many
bistro,
options.
just to go through some of the things that are included, the bistro,
Yeah.
the Solarium bistro.
The only thing about Solar Bistro is the same menu every night.
It is the same every night.
So-
It does not change.
Correct.
And
So-
they have breakfast and dinner.
Yeah, so the Windjammer does change.
The Windjammer
Main
has
dining.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You have main dining with dinner.
And the seat day, the main dining was only brunch. So,
They have breakfast at Johnny Rockets. They have
Yeah.
breakfast in Windjammer,
Johnny
Park
Rockets
Calf,
only-
the
only-
bistro.
only breakfast included.
And if you just want snacks, you can go to Promenade Calf.
Yeah.
You can go to Sorrento's.
Speaking.
There is so much food included. Don't ever
Yeah.
feel like you
Yeah.
have to. We do it because we don't mind having something like a
Yeah.
treat. Okay,
Yeah.
let's treat. But if you watch us, most of the time,
We won't,
The,
yeah.
the thing we do love is the beverage package.
Yes.
Because we utilize that and we enjoy that.
Correct.
But for the most part, when we cruise, we pay for our cruise, we pay for the beverage package,
Yeah.
and then maybe we'll do an extra
Correct.
dining. And that's it.
So, but talking about the beverage package, again, you don't have. I think in this cruise, I felt like it was a good variety.
Oh, there was
of,
so
of
much.
drinks included. It was a lot of different kind of teas.
Oh, it did seem,
Yeah.
and it was more accessible.
They had correct. They had the hot chocolate package if you want to, and a lot of different juices every night. It's like not a lot,
And-
but it's like was it 3 different ones I think.
But it was so convenient.
Correct.
The way the stations are now.
Yeah.
And the promenade, you could just go down there and get all kinds of different
Yeah.
juices, and they would mix them up and change them
Yes.
throughout the day.
So you
a
don't
lot of
have
times
to.
we would just get those
Yeah.
that were included.
But we really liked the beverage package.
Hey, the promenade calf, the curry chicken sandwich.
Oh yeah, that was.
Oh
good.
yeah, get it,
That was
guys.
good.
And a little salad on embarkation day,
Yeah.
the tomato and look at
And,
the smile.
and-
I didn't really care for the food. Oh yeah, that was really
No,
good.
I
Matt.
liked the food. I didn't like the dessert.
I thought the food overall, yes,
It's
you're
very
always gonna have maybe something that's not great, but
Yeah.
every cruise we go on, you could go to the main dining room one night. Oh, it was so good. You go to the next night.
Yeah.
But we only did main dining room one night
Yeah.
just because of everything that you can
That's
do.
going on, yes. And also no Vitality Cafe.
No
as well.
Vitality Calf in the spa.
Oh my gosh.
Very disappointing.
Yeah.
Very
We missed out. What is the name
disappointing.
of smoothies that we had? I missed
If you're
out.
familiar with Oasis Class ships, or if you're not, I'll just
Yeah.
give you a quick rundown of it. When you enter in to go to the gym or the spa, they have
Yeah.
what's called the Vitality Calf. The spa's called Vitality Spa.
Yeah, the spa.
Yeah. And it's usually off to the right side as you walk in. And we
Yeah.
kind of, I think it was
All over the
Harmony.
place.
We were on Harmony, and a couple days in, I saw everybody drinking these
Yeah.
smoothies. I'm like, where did you get that? Oh, it's a Vitality calf. Guys, if you're on it, and it's very much missed. Because they'll take bananas and strawberries, they blend it up.
I missed
do you want it with oat milk? You want it with whole milk? You want it with this? You want some protein? And that's all included with, at least if you have the which one do we refreshment package?
Yeah, and above. Yeah.
And those were like $12 each. Yeah. If you didn't.
Oh, you forgot to talk about the taco place too. That's included.
Oh yeah.
Taco place is included.
A local fresh.
Yeah.
It's on several of the ships.
So any day, and you have
Vitality calf was missed.
I like the kids area in the back too. So if you have kids, the new kids area in the back.
But even the music there.
Yes, I think you guys gonna see. I'm not done editing the ship tour, but the ship tour.
I did it at like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you got there around 7:30 in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, and the music was already loud.
Now listen, Roberta is letting you know that there's loud music on this ship, I think.
Because
but
there
it
is
is
a big
important
difference,
to understand and know.
Because there is a big difference between this ship and the other ship. So again, especially if you have somebody that has sensory.
Oh, I appreciate Roberta. You're very open and you're passionate. If you guys watch us, the one thing about Roberta, when she's passionate about something, she is gonna let you know.
I do really I love Royal, and
I love
everybody knows that we love Royal. But I think that I wanted to be able to, like I said, I think you could have the party, but not constantly.
Right.
I think that was what I think that I miss. And I think that's the difference between this ship and another. So if they will continue like the constantly party in a pool deck, maybe I would pick another ship. So if they adjust a little bit the hours, maybe like towards the morning, more like a band.
And this was a 4-night cruise, so correct. A 3-night is probably gonna be even more.
So, but like if maybe they change a little bit, but like morning, more like towards a band kind of style or something like that. It's something that I think will be more approachable. But if they really want a party ship, that's most likely what they will continue to do. But at night, yes, I agree. I did not feel like.
No, never.
Yeah, I think we mentioned pretty much everything.
I think in the room we have a separate vlog, guys, with a whole room tour in our opinion about the room.
Room tour was great too.
Overall, besides the lack of service on the pool deck, not that there wasn't service, but those servers were so overwhelmed. They didn't know which way to turn, and when they came out, they were like, and they couldn't get to you because they're trying to drop off drinks.
Yes.
They got to add a few more of that, but overall the service is still great as anywhere else on the Royal. I did enjoy this cruise, even with the music on the pool deck, because I've learned cruising for me is every cruise is different. It doesn't matter. Every cruise you go on is different, and you have to accept. You're on the ship. What are you going to do now? You have to accept the energy, the vibe, the way that it's scheduled. I'm on the ship. I can be upset about it. I can be mad, but I am going to embrace this, and I'm going to find my fun. And that's my suggestion.
I think that's
Roberta
what it is.
Is very passionate, and she's letting you know, hey, if you're going on with this expectation, understand this is how it's going to be.
So
now it's time for me to be a little passionate.
But I think, I agree with you.
Roberta's pulling at me. She's cutting me off. She's pulling a mad at me.
No, but I think I agree with you in one way. It's like when we went to do something else, we still enjoyed.
I enjoyed all of
this. We didn't carry like, I cannot enjoy the pool. But again, would I go back?
I would rather had some more time on the pool. Not to say that I didn't enjoy the other things, but man, I would have loved to get underneath that awning and just relax and said, watch my son play without a lot of music. And that's how I felt the last day coming back from Coco Key. If there was a little bit more of that, it would have been awesome. But the pool deck is important for us. That's why we took a lot of time on it. So, and I think it's important for a lot of people that are cruising into the Caribbean.
So, but for an example, if you have a 3 nights on Allure, or if you have 3 nights on a Utopia, I would pick Allure. I would pick
Interesting.
Harmony. If it was a 3 nights, I'm talking about comparing the same or 4 nights. We did a 4 nights.
3 or a 4, you would probably pick another ship.
Correct. So if it was a 4 nights on Oasis or 4 nights in Utopia, I would pick 4 nights on Oasis.
Interesting.
So if it was a 4 nights in the Harmony or 4 nights in Utopia, I would pick 4 nights on Harmony.
So,
because I can still enjoy the party and I can still enjoy the quiet. I can still relax in the pool, and I can still like, okay, it's a sailboat party. Yes, I want to enjoy the party. I have options during the day. And
so you would pick a different ship?
I would pick a different ship, mostly because of the pool deck.
Okay. See, for me, I probably would disagree because, like I was mentioning, to me, cruising is about all of the aspects about cruising. Our first few cruises, all we did was go to the pool deck, and we loved the pool deck. But then I started to realize,
so much else to do.
Hey, why don't at 10 o'clock in the morning we can play a trivia? We can just go to the pool, you know. So I started to incorporate for me, and I think you see on our videos we do everything. Did I miss a little bit more time on the pool deck this cruise? Yes, but I would definitely go back on that ship. For the one reason is I'd like to go back and kind of have these expectations in my mind to see was I exaggerating it? Am I just imagining this, or was it really like this? And then see how it will go. So, but there was so many things I loved about it. I like the way that the Aqua Show was set up with the bench seats. They're not as comfortable, but in a way you have more room because not everybody is sitting on top of each other, because you have a little bit of space between your family, because somebody you don't know isn't sitting right near you, where in some of the other shows that would happen. I love the theater with the updated the technology in the theater with the drones.
That was cool.
Because I'm sure they're gonna, I would maybe not because of the way the ship is, maybe they won't have a Broadway show, but that's set up for a beautiful Broadway show. Right now it's called All In. It's just, we didn't really talk about that one. It's called All In. It's singing, but man, was it awesome.
Amazing. Yes, it was amazing.
I loved the cruise. I loved the room. I loved the balcony over the boardwalk.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I have lots of awesome memories. But yes, there's some things I didn't enjoy about it, of course. But you'll see, the next cruise we take, there'll be something that comes up. And we'll incorporate that in, and then we will find our fun.
Yes.
That's what we do on Disney cruises. That's what we've done on MSC. Your expectation once you cruise it is you understand it. And, of course, we don't like it, we're not going to go back on it, right?
Yeah.
So, of course...
I liked it, the cruise.
What you're saying is if I had to pick, I would pick something else.
Would I go back? Of course I would.
And I would also, only because of you and Jake, because... oh no, we got to go back. No.
The thing is, but like you said, if I go back, I will go back knowing exactly what I'm expecting. I
guess the way, if you're watching this, how about if you're watching this?
Yeah.
And you are a family, I think you will have fun on this cruise. Yeah. I think, oh man, it's going to be, I don't think it's enough to say don't go. I would say go for it, enjoy it, embrace it, and just find all the different things going on, because there's a ton of stuff going on this ship. I don't think the partying is so bad that it's going to say, I can't, I got to get out of here. Because it's very separated, besides the pool deck.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess if all you wanted to do is go on a pool deck, no. But if you want to incorporate everything else...
Which some people do. Some people like to get there at 8 in the morning and just enjoy all day and just stay at the pool and have the drinks.
Yeah, because if I remember right, and I know I remember right because I've been on enough Royals, usually on the sea day is when they do like the belly flop.
Yeah.
And what it'll be is everything's chill, you're hanging out. Okay, we're going to do the belly flop. They have it, and then it's over.
Correct.
And then you go back to just chilling it. Yeah. This one, it just kept going. Man, we beat up the pool deck on this cruise, Roberta. Roberta's like, I had it. That's it. Guys, thank you so much for watching Medling World. Please take a moment. You know what? Wait a minute. We got to talk about, like, comparing this cruise. Where do you rank this cruise?
Yeah, that's a
I
tough
almost ended it. So we've been on, I think, 10 or 11 cruises at this point.
I can't remember how many.
Okay, how about, would you put this in your upper half of cruises, or would you put it on the bottom half of your cruises?
I think it would go right in the middle.
So right there. That's a good one. You know what?
Right in the middle.
I think I agree with that. I do agree. So if I had to say out of 10 or 11, I would probably be around 5 or 6. Right there in the middle. Yeah. Because I can tell you right now, Harmony was so awesome. Yeah, I felt like Harmony was great. Oasis was awesome. Yeah. Allure was lacking some of the, like the Abyss slide and the water slides, I think.
Yeah.
Probably not my most favorite, but they did have the Brazilian, the Samba Grill. So that's what I mean. Even the ships that don't have everything, they have something else you like. But I would say this one is probably down right in the middle-ish.
Yeah.
But it's a great cruise ship. If you're going on it, especially if you're a little bit younger than me, you know what I mean? If you're back when I was in my day, oh, you're going to love it then. If you're looking for a party, if you're looking for Royal with some action and a lot of partying, you're going to love this ship.
Yeah.
Now I can end this vlog. We can end this vlog.
Yeah.
Guys, first and foremost, thank you to every single person who has subscribed to our channel.
Yes. And Jake loved it, by the way.
He doesn't care. He just has a good time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching Medling World. Please take a moment, subscribe to Medling World if you haven't yet. Thank you to our Patreons, and last but not least, see ya!